let me tell you, the Southwest can never be the same again until President Bola Ahmed Tinubu performs very well in office. The performance of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is tied to the image of the Southwest. The North are taking up weapons against the Southwest, political weapons against the Southwest. The appointment of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I repeat, is not going down well with the North. Some of the policies and the relegation of some of its politicians, reducing the power of the North, is not going down well with them. That's why they are using weapons, political weapons, to fight the Southwest. They have singled out the Southwest from the South. The attack is directly going to the Southwest, and the Southwest is not backing down. The North is using the propaganda weapons the Southwest used against them. The Southwest used these propaganda weapons for Buhari in 2015. They are the masters at using such weapons. Propaganda has been an instrument in the hand of the Southwest, but the North is using the same propaganda against the Southwest. Tinubu's regime will determine if the Southwest will redeem its image. Tinubu needs to perform beyond expectation. Nigerians have written off this administration as one that will give the dividends of democracy, that will even at any point in time turn Nigeria around. When you go on the streets, go and verify for yourself. In Southwest states, go on the streets and see whether APC is popular. APC is a party that people will want to vote for. Come 2027, you may not be shocked, except you want to deceive yourself. If you want to deceive yourself, you can say, I will be shocked if people are not voting APC. Everybody is feeling the pains of this administration. And the northern politicians and their lackeys, they are latching on to this hunger, this suffering, economic hardship to attack the Southwest. The Southwest have regretted supporting Buhari in 2015 and supported him 8 years. Most of them are saying that they defended Buhari even though they knew that Buhari was a colossal failure. They stopped misinformation of Buhari's government, which means they stopped people carrying out all sorts of information to denigrate the presidency of Buhari for 8 years. But the northern people are not responding in like mind. Instead, they have turned around to stab them at the back. Why would the North not stab the Southwest? Why would they not stab the Southwest when the Southwest have carried on propaganda against the Southeast and the South-South? So what you do in turn is going to get back to you. This is karma. This is law of karma. You cannot carry propaganda against a Jonathan and you expect that during your own time, the same law of karma will not get back to you. So what the North is doing to the Southwest is expected, because that is life. The bitter battle between the North and the Southwest is something that gives me joy. Why would it give me joy? Nigeria is not meant to be 3 tribes. Nigeria is meant to have a regional system or balkanization of the country. That is what Nigeria needs. If the Southwest is complaining that the North is not supporting them, supporting a government that has failed, that has plunged Nigeria into darkness, into hunger, into poverty, into hardship, into almost famine. In the North, people are saying that because of hunger, people are collapsing. Northerners are collapsing. You want a Northerner to still defend the government as you did defend Buhari's failure. You know Buhari was failing, was destroying Nigeria, was destroying the economy. Yet you supported him against other people. You call the Southeast names, the South-South names, because they never supported Buhari. And these complaints from the Southwesterners, they are saying that the hatred that the Igbos or the South-South has for them is because of they supported Buhari. And now they are going to give back to back to the north. I'm willing to see that day that the southwest will challenge the north, whether it's core north, whether it's north central, whether it is coming from Kaduna or from Kano, whatever these weapons are flying from the north to the southwest. I'm waiting for that day to see how it will all pan out. I'll always repeat myself and tell everybody that the southeast, the south, they have a stand. And whoever that is coming to negotiate should know that the southeast majorly have Biafra they are waiting for. Whatever that is going to give the southeast Biafra is what they are interested in. Nobody is going to align with the north, because I see the game the north is playing, trying to convince the south against the southeast, south against the southwest. Over the years, our problem have been the north. The north has found ways to cause enmity between the southeast and the southwest, which they succeeded. The southwest intentionally never wanted to align with the southeast. They wanted the spoils of war. That is why they were accused that the reason why the southwest was supporting Buhari is because they wanted their man to become president. So they were not supporting Buhari out of love. The southwest was supporting Buhari out of selfishness. It was a selfish agenda. Well, the southwest is known for that selfish agenda. That's why we have the Yoruba Ronu and the conservative. Everybody is fighting for himself. That is a selfish agenda, not for a united Nigeria. Like I said, the north and the south are not patriotic. They are not patriotic. They are fighting for themselves. You can see now that we have a Tinubu'S government. The north is not reciprocating the kindness the south gave Buhari's 8 years. It's not just 1 year. The north is going ballistic on Tinubu, not seeing the things that the southwest did for Buhari 8 years. Despite the fact that it was glaring that Buhari was destroying the economy, the southwest still stood. Never reciprocated that kindness. Well, they not knew that they were doing that because they wanted a Tinubu. They wanted a Tinubu against a southeasterner becoming president. The Yorubas were willing to sacrifice the south for their personal gain. Yes, Emilokon was the tantrum, was the watchword for the south. That is a selfish agenda. It is my turn. It's a turn-to-turn basis. I always say that your elections, your votes don't count. What will count are those that control the votes, those that can manipulate the vote, those stakeholders that have the structure, the criminal structure to manipulate votes. These are the ones that count. That is why if there's an alliance, P2B had the structure of the people and won the elections. But how come Rivers State was won by APC? It is because of those that control the structure of criminality, structure of violence, structure of ballot snatching. They were the ones that made an APC win in Rivers State and some other states, even in Lagos. You see, the margin between a P2B and Tinubu was like 10,000, 11, 15,000. Despite the fact that it was an overwhelming victory against Tinubu, it was almost a disgrace against Tinubu. They found ways to cut and adjust. So from a baggy gene, they made it a legacy. They adjusted the votes from left, right, center, despite the fact that they still adjusted. So they had to give a 10,000 gap, knowing fully well that even they disenfranchised so many people from the southeast from voting in Lagos. Those were resident in Lagos, those that registered in Lagos. Your name as an Igbo man, you go to an INEC office, you are unlikely to get a voter's card because of that name, because they believe that anything that is not Yoruba may not vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite the fact that so many hundreds of thousands of Igbos, those South, were disenfranchised from voting. They could not get their voter's card. It was an intentional thing. The Yorubas voted for Peter Obi. They were shocked. So they had to slim fit, slim fit, and slim fit, and slim fit, and slim fit. So now it is going to be very, very difficult. It's a very difficult moment for the Southwest. And the Southwest needs to play their game very well. Now, I said the Southeast wants a Nigeria that is regional, because bringing Nigeria together, the Fulani has captured the state called Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can only do 8 years. After the 8 years, he will leave. And the North will come in and spoil everything, destroy everything that may have been arranged for a better Nigeria, in quotes. So this position of the Southeast is a Biafra, a regional system. That is the position. So if you are looking at politics, you will always see betrayal, like what is happening between the North and South. There is no hope for a country that has been divided. And this fight between the North and South is not going to end in the next 100 years. This enmity that has sprung up between the North and South is not going to end in the next 100 years. Everybody should buckle themselves for political brouhaha, political battle from now to 2027. Those pushing the agenda don't know that the agenda they are pushing, the division they are pushing, is going to consume them at the end of the day. The Arewa movement that is pushing this agenda of enmity don't know that at the end of the day, it is going to consume them. The Ronu movement, the conservative movement, which is hiding under conservatism and saying that we are not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but if you speak against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they come after you with their third party propaganda media machine. They come after you. They don't know that this hatred that is being planted, at the end of the day, it will hunt after them. This is a world whereby if you plant evil, it will someday grow up, germinate, and affect you. If it doesn't affect you in your lifetime, it's going to affect your generation. You can see what the Southeast have been taking. You can see the insult the Southeast have been taking over time. So the Southwest is regretting supporting Buhari for 8 years. You were expecting the northern counterparts to also support Tinubu, but they were shocked that these guys were not ready for anybody. They are for themselves. In a normal setting, if there's loyalty between the North and South, which I doubt, the North should have tried to manage the image of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because Buhari started all this stuff. The North have been the aggressor from the beginning. Lopsided appointments started by the North in this democracy. So the South didn't complain that much. They found ways to move over. They found ways to like cover and defend the appointment of Buhari, irrespective of the fact that it took him 6 months to form his cabinet. It took Buhari 6 months to form a cabinet, an ethnic cabinet. That's why it may have taken him 6 months. The Southwest defended that, expecting the same North to reciprocate the kindness, but they are not doing. It is a good one. They should continue because it benefits the Southeast. You can see the hypocrisy between the South and the North. You can see it is open. Countries of other nations, countries of the world, they are watching. They are understanding the kind of personalities that is being exposed, that is being replicated on our social media, on our spaces, about the North and the South. And the Southeast have been vindicated over time. Like I said, when you look at those that the Southeast have supported since democracy, they are the best candidates for a better Nigeria. But when you look at those that this APC Ronu people have supported, they are the people that have destroyed the country even beyond repair. And the joke is on Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Southwest Ronu movement. The reason why I always call Ronu movement is because I don't believe that every Southwesterner supports Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't believe that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Southwesterner or represent the values of an Omoluabi in the Southwest. That is my personal opinion. My opinion. I was born and bred in the Southwest, and I've encountered Southwesterners that don't have such attributes of a Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We know them. You'll be surprised how they voted against Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency. Even the governorship was hijacked. When you look at the number of people that voted, it reduced. When you go on the streets, genuinely, these people don't support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, I repeat again, if you want to attach Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the Yoruba Ronu movement, Yoruba nation, by attacking everybody that critiques Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, because I critique Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you now attack me. When I come for you, you now tell me that we should separate you from the presidency, the APC. But you are the one defending the APC. The Yoruba Ronu now is now regretting that they supported the Buhari. You can see that double standardness, double facedness of this Yoruba Ronu or conservative movement. It's unfortunate that Tinubu has to prove and perform for him to at least smoothen the image of the Southwest at this point in time. And the Southwest needs to build bridges that they have destroyed over the years. Try and build bridges. They are good strategies. They can use strategies, yes, because other regions are learning from the Southwest when it comes to propaganda, using propaganda. Nobody says propaganda is lies, but propaganda is the way you see it. They try to project a certain information, a certain sentiment, a certain perception to you as true, even though your conscience tells you it's not true. They projected Buhari to us as the Messiah, even though they know within themselves that Buhari is not worth being a local government chairman. It's not worth it. It's not worth leading a country such as Nigeria. He can lead Miyetti Allah, not Nigeria. The Igbos saw that and did not vote for him, but the Southwest, always in their nature, selfish reasons, think Yoruba first. And they don't know that there's principle. There are principles of life that is attached to selfish motives, selfish actions. You being conservative shouldn't make you be selfish, because the advantages other tribes have over you. So if you are selfish, you are just shooting yourself on the leg. So that is what is happening to the Southwest now. They are struggling to prove to Nigerians that the only civilian president from the Yoruba extraction would perform. I'm not counting an Obasanjo as a civilian president. Well, the Yorubas don't see him. Most Yorubas don't see him as a Yoruba man. But Tinubu, Tiwa is even Nadeko. He fought for democracy. So he's in line with the Awoists. So the first Yoruba president, let's see how he performs. And the attack from the north to the Southwest, I will always repeat it. It benefits also from the Southeast. Me, I'm not a IPOB this or IPOB that. I'm for justice, fairness. So if Nigeria can work, let it work. But it cannot work. We have seen it. It is not something that you start using sentiment to whip sentiment here or there. If it's going to work, we know it will work. But with what is happening now, what these crop of politicians have passed on to the next generation, Nigeria will not work. Because the generation will be so bitter. We have a more bitter generation coming up. Crop of politicians coming up. Those that are not influential, but they can show resentment for other tribes for no reason. They are coming up. So that is why we are calling. We want to enlighten people on the need to preserve your heritage and yourself, and do to others what you want others to do unto you.